All right, guys. So here you can see the Fusion event calendar for Huggy the Nestmate. Today we're gonna start with a Gear Hunters event and a Spider tournament, and then from tomorrow also a champion training event. So that means we can triple dip points here by soloing the Spider, right? Triple dip points for the Gear Hunters events. You'll probably need around 5k energy for the dungeon tournaments, around 2k, 2.2k energy, something like that. And then the gear enhancement event feeds off of that, farming the dungeons. Now, one little thing that I noticed here, which seems to be kind of a trend lately, is we have one Summer Rush here, Summer Rush 2 on Tuesday next week, and then a Champ Chase tournament, okay? So, free summoning events, this fusion. I don't know how to feel about this, what to think about this, but we will have, and this is not normal, I believe, 17 rares in total. 17 rares you can get. That means you can skip one. So, theoretically, you could skip the Champ Chase or the Summon Rush, like one of the summoning events, right? But other than that, you have to get everything unless you're going for the epic. As you can see, there's an epic in the Champ Chase tournament, which is also new because normally the epic was in the Summon Rush events. So now I'm wondering if you actually have to win the Champ Chase to get the epic, but I hope not. I hope not. That would make it so much worse. I hope it's just on the milestones. That would be so much better. But yeah, I don't know what to expect from this one. So I'm gonna go for the rares, right? I'm not gonna go for the epic. And yeah, that's what's new on this fusion. I don't believe we had a traditional fusion with a Champ Chase that had the epic in it. Normally it was always the Summer Rush. But okay, let's move on. So then Summer Rush on Friday, Classic Arena takedown. Very, very easy. And then there's a Dragon tournament where you could theoretically double dip points for the Champ Chain tournament. But I'm wondering if there's something else besides this Summon Rush right here where we have to farm gear in dungeons, right? If there's another Gear Hunters, whatever. That's kind of what I'm wondering. I'm pretty sure there will be something, maybe a event dungeon tournament. But I think there will be something else besides this Summer Rush 2. Kind of interesting. I have no idea if we get progressives or what kind of progressives, or I have no idea what there will be, but I believe there will be something. So yeah, keep that in mind. And then on Thursday next week, July the 9th, we'll get a Fire Night tournament alongside a champ training event. Now, this right here, this is one champ training event, right? This is not two champ training events. This is the same one. There are two rares in this champ training event. And then on a Saturday, there will be a Gear Hunters event, okay? So you can pretty much double dip points here if you want to farm hard 10. Or you can also solo and duo stage 20. And then triple dip points here again, which would be another 5k energy, same as up there, right? 5k energy. And you can pretty much, do the same thing with Ice Golem. Right? Ice Golem starts on Sunday. Champ training will be still going there. And the Gear Hunters event as well. So yeah, you can triple dip on both of those tournaments. So only the Dragon tournament is kind of isolated from the Gear Hunters event, at least the ones that are part of this fusion. But other than that, it seems alright. But like I said, the only thing that I'm worried about is this Champ Chase epic, right? So if you plan to go for the Champ Chase epic, I don't know what to expect, if it's on the milestones or on the leaderboard. I have no idea. But also another cool thing is that you can fuse those rares into epics on the Champ Chase tournament, which is, you know, on the end of this event. So basically you can grab, you know, 15 rares previous to this Champ Chase tournament, or like some of them are obviously here on Sunday as well. But you can grab the majority, like let's say 12 rares, fuse them into free epics and get 750 points for this Champ Chase tournament, right? Also, you can wait for this Champ Chase to start and then collect the Void rares from the Fire Night tournament and the Champ Chain event. So that's 1, 2, 3, and the Gear Hunt enhancement event. So that's 4. Gear Hunters event 2, 5. Classic Arena Takedown 6. Ice Golem tournament, that's 7. So 7 Void rares. That's another 350 points just from collecting the rares for the Champ Chase tournament. So in theory, you can get 1,400 points just by collecting the rares and fusing them into the epics. And it also feeds into the Champ Chain event. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good strategy if you want to go for it. I know a lot of people are planning to skip this one because of the fusion token trade, right? You wanna get something else, maybe a nut, maybe Titus, or I don't know, a Python to empower a Predator. I'm pretty aware of that, but I feel like for me personally, there's still a chance to get Raya. There's still a chance to get Raya, and if I get Raya, then I would be very mad about skipping this fusion because you get a mythical relic as a reward, right? A guaranteed reward. So there's that, and also for me personally, there's not much value for any of the previous fusions. I have most of them, right? So it would just be empowerment, theoretically. That's why I'm going for this fusion, right? So kind of like 2 reasons. But I can totally understand when people say, you know, I'm going to skip this fusion and go for something else that helps me with progressing my account, which absolutely makes sense. Also, this fusion is not really groundbreaking. From the footage that I saw, her bombs don't really deal enough damage to be viable in arena. So yeah, it's kind of a lackluster bomb champion, unfortunately. So most likely she's going to end up in the vault. But yeah, so I'm not going to go for the epic. I'm going to go for the rares. That also saves me shards, right? That also saves me shards. It will cost around like 12k energy to complete this. Not so sure about how many shards. But yeah, you can skip one of those summoning events, and I'm probably gonna, depending on what the progressives are, I guess, I'm gonna skip Summon Rush 1 or Summon Rush 2 and go for the Champ Chase, because you will get points for the Champ Chase naturally just by completing the fusion, right? And yeah, that's my plan, guys, okay? So most likely I'm gonna skip this one as well, most likely, but not sure yet, okay? It could also be the first one. But yeah, so if we get something like, I don't know, a Fabian on the progressive, which we get very rarely on fusions, then I will go for that. But otherwise, I might skip the first Summon Rush and see what kind of summoning event will we get on Summon Rush 2. So yeah, guys, that's about it for this video. Let me know in the comments below if you're going for this fusion or if you're skipping, and if you're skipping, what other previous fusion are you trading for? And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed, please hit that like button. Also, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more raid content. If you like this video, YouTube's going to think that you like this one as well. Take care and see you in the next one.